grocery store and taking a can of cinnamon rolls out of the freezer and being like, this is proof of the motherfucking Pillsbury Doughboy. But I'm being too harsh. Let's see what else he's got to say.
I'm telling you, part 4 gets even crazier.
Okay, that was the entire video, I guess. To recap, there were 2 points, and both of them were just stories that have giants in them. But he is right about one thing. Part 4 is really crazy, and if you're super into Photoshop, you're gonna love that one because that's where he takes out photo evidence. I will be covering his part 4 once my debilitating migraine goes away from making the part 3. What? This is the first conspiracy video y'all have tagged me in that I genuinely just don't know what the conspiracy is. But at the top you can see it says coincidence question mark, so let's go over these, shall we? I'm pretty sure that this video is bolstering the conspiracy that things look similar to each other sometimes. Let's talk about the lung and the tree branch and the leaf veins and the human veins because they're connected. Tree branches and lungs serve almost the exact same purpose. They're for respiration. Just like trees have leaves, we have alveoli in our lungs which help with gas exchange. The reason these structures exist is because it's just the best evolutionary way to diffuse oxygen or carbon dioxide through your system. Surface area, baby. Now as for leaf veins and human veins, it's almost the exact same thing. They both transport stuff through your body, so by having a network of them, you are able to transport more stuff through your body. While human veins transport oxygen through a substance which I can't name for fear of being banned, leaf veins transport water and sugar. So it's not really a big conspiracy to figure out that evolution has a good way of doing things. And now we get to the other ones. This whole thing falls apart when the leaf veins and human veins start getting connected to river networks, which just vaguely look the same. So no, that is a complete coincidence. Those are just 2 things that sort of look alike. It's really similar to that dude I talked about the other day who saw rocks that vaguely resembled human faces and was like, this is concrete evidence that giants exist. Then we get this one, which is comparing a tree stump to a fingerprint. And yes, that is what one would call a coincidence. It's widely believed that we have fingerprints because they help us grip things. Tree rings exist because they are growth rings on a tree. These 2 things are not related. This is what you would call a coincidence. Alright, and the tree of life is the one that's the most open to interpretation. So you could say these 2 things are connected because these are veins and arteries that are supposed to supply oxygen to a baby. And you know, the structure of a tree, we talked about that with the branches, it's to diffuse stuff. But I want to take you down a little bit of a metaphysical journey on this one, dude. Hear me out. What if people knew what symbolism was? So you got your tree of life, something which is pretty common in a lot of different religions. And then you got the placenta. You know? Something that is part of birth and life. So I may be spitballing a little bit here, but do you think it's at all possible that maybe the symbol for life and rebirth is associated with an actual physical manifestation of life and rebirth? You know, ancient people weren't idiots. I went to the comments to try and figure out what this conspiracy is saying, and a lot of people were like, this is just complete horse shit that doesn't make any sense. But a couple people were like, this is proof of a divine creator. And I'm not arguing whether or not there is a divine creator, but for this evidence, I'm saying this is bad evidence of a divine creator. I know that anyone who does believe in that could argue anything a million times better than what this person did. So if you want to have a discussion about it, don't use this. If this is the proof you need of intelligent design, then it's also proof that your divine creator just decided to reuse textures because he was lazy. Continue to tag me in conspiracies that don't make me feel like I'm on laughing gas.
This shit is real. It's real.
I've lost all ambition for learning a plane. I just want
In the moonlight, my honey, I know with the dawn that
Okay, some of y'all are gonna call me conspiracy theorist or crazy, paranoid, whatever you want to call me, but I really don't care because I've been called a lot worse. Okay, so I cannot make this up. I was just scrolling through Netflix, minding my business, and this is what I come to see. How to become a tyrant. Let's click on the title, shall we? Here are the steps on how to become a dictator. Step 1. Seize power. Maybe like steal an election? Step 2. Crush your rival. Maybe like making people turn against each other, like calling the unvaccinated murderers. Step 3. Reign through terror. This brings me right back to the pandemic because people are literally scared to come out of their house just because the news tells them to. Step 4. Control the truth. Censorship. I don't even need to go over that one. Create a new society, free speech, gone. Right to assemble, gone. Civil liberties, gone. I'm not naming any names, but you see where I'm going with this?
What do y'all think?
Now, this is the one because I lived in Chicago for a few years. And when I was in Chicago and I would mention Obama and Michelle, some of the older people that's around their age or older, they always say, oh, yeah, we know about Michael. That ain't no secret around here. Yeah, we know Michael is a he, or we knew that was Michael before. Oh, yeah, his mama got him changed over when he was young. So it's like, it's no secret to some people. And they say that they did this when he was young. So I've seen the media try to put out pictures of Michelle when she was younger. Now, one thing about it, two things for sure. For all y'all about to talk about the sisters, I am an Asiatic woman. I am a sister and I protect us. However, I don't know. When I was in Chicago, this is just what the people said. I don't know. I'm trying to find out like y'all.
You've been on my page, you know.
We gotta go bald.
I went to Egypt and I came across these artifacts that prove that we had either alien assistance or that we lived in a way more technologically advanced society back then.
Part 2. So, this is the Ben stone. I came across it at the Old Egyptian Museum, and it is not made of anything from this planet. Yes, it is a stone from space. They could not find any of the materials that made up the stone on Earth. So that is mystery number 1. Check out mystery number 2 in this clip.
Try to cut it. Never happened. Use a laser cut. Never happened. Okay, now I have to shut up for a minute. If we can do that today, look at the hieroglyphic that being carved on that pyramid. And number 2, it is not even looking at the hieroglyphic. Somebody tried to chop those hieroglyphic, and he managed to do a little bit of it. We can't do that today. So it looks like a pressing machine, burning machine, being added there. If laser can't do it today, so what the hell they used to make it with that perfection? Look, even polished and glazed, lift rough. The eye of Horus, the lung of Osiris, Ra, duck and a circle, reeds and a honeybee, and then the names of the pharaoh and hieroglyphic. Perfection of the size. Same precision, depth, width. It is mind-blowing.
Okay, so stone is not from this planet. We don't know how old it is. We don't know really what it's made out of. And we don't know how they carved the hieroglyphs in here. We can't even do